Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the toy organisation video that I have done. It's been done over 2 days because it was such a big task. As you can see here, this is the boys' toy cupboard. This is basically where we store all their toys, and it's in the major part of the house. So everything that they have as toys goes into this cupboard. Sometimes it goes into their bedroom, sometimes it goes around the house, but this is their main place. This is the cupboard that I bought from Kmart. You would have seen in my Kmart haul. I'm hoping to put a little bit more Lego and things like that into that now and take it out of the bigger cupboard. And here I've got a donate bin and a keep and rotate bin, so I'm really hoping to throw out a few toys. And I've also stopped into the discount shop, of course, and bought a few more containers. I don't think I need them because I did find a lot in the garage the other day. So I've just got 2 smaller containers there, and I've also got this little storage container for crafts. I bought this. I really like this divided container here. I wish I would have bought 2 of them. So I think I'm going to put the crafts in that one. So now I'm going to take all the toys out of the toy cupboard and I'm going to pop some music on while I do it. So now I've taken a majority of the toys out of the cupboard and I just can't believe how many toys there are. I really need to get rid of a few of these because I don't play with them all. I've also got this big Harry Potter Lego house. It's sort of a bit broken in certain areas, but it's still built. And I'm just finding it difficult to know what to do with it. I don't want to pull it apart again. If anyone's got any suggestions, please let me know. I think in the meantime, I'm going to store it in a container just so it doesn't break anymore. And I've got a few other things I can put in there too. So here I've just got a basket of jigsaw pieces and things like that are in those plastic bags. I'm just going to go and take them out now, and now I'm just going to give it a bit of a clean up and a wipe out. So I'm happy with my starting point here. I've got a few things I'm going to donate and I've got a things I'm going to rotate and keep. And it's still looking a bit packed at the moment, but everything's out of the cupboard now. I'm hoping that big white bucket won't go back in that cupboard because it's just way too big. So here I've got a lot of small parts and a lot of blocks and Lego that I'll have to sort out and go through. Hopefully I can throw some out. I thought I'd just show you this really old Fisher-Price cash register. I just can't part with it. It's so old. So I'm going to pop that in the keep and rotate bin. And I'm going to get stuck into the rest of this, packing it back into the cupboard in a minute. And here I've got all the board games out. And I'm going to start stacking them in now. So now I'm starting to feel so much better. It's a lot more organised and there's less clutter around. So here I've just got this Lego head storage bucket. When I first bought this for the kids, I didn't think we'd use it as often as we do, but it stores all the Lego basically. So we really enjoy using that, and it just fits in the cupboard perfectly. So here I've just got these microphones. The kids got these last Christmas. They're really good. They hook them up via Bluetooth and they play on their iPad and sing to karaoke, things like that. So I'm just going to zip them up, store them in their boxes because I'm worried they're going to break. And here I just bought this activity set for my youngest at Officeworks the other day. I came across it. I thought it was a good buy. You've got 8 balls of Play-Doh in there, and there's a lot of activity sheets where the child designs a picture with the Play-Doh and sticks it on there, and they can just take it off and redo it numerous times. It was only $8 for the box, so I think it was a pretty good kit. So now I'm just going to organise all the cards. Our kids have got lots of bundles of cards, and I found a lot just floating around in the toy cupboard. I don't want to have to keep purchasing them again, so I want to put them all together into their packs and just put a rubber band around them. And I'm going to store them into those zipper plastic cases, and that's where I've stored all their puzzles and their card games and things like that, just bits and pieces. So I'm going to do that now. And then I'm also going to find a few more things that I found floating around the cupboards, a couple of board games that I can fold up and put in those zipper cases as well. So I'll start doing that now. Here I'm just putting all this Mario Lego back into the cupboard. We've got lots of boxes of this and the kids really enjoy playing the Mario Lego. And also I've got a lot of toys now I want to donate, and I feel so much better about that they're going to go to a good home. So I've just continued putting a lot there into that container. And now I'm going to go to the kids' binder boxes here. This is where I store just the activity books and the colouring books, things like that, like stickers and all that. But this hasn't been sorted out in such a long time, and there's a lot of colouring books that have nearly been completed, and I don't think they're going to use them anymore. So I'm just going to store them back into their box again, and I'm going to throw out the books that they're not going to use anymore or that have been completed. And now I know what's in this box. Now I don't have to keep on buying them more colouring books and stickers and things like that. We've got so many drawings too. I do have another area where I put the kids' drawings. It's like in a filing drawer. And I guess I'll have to declutter that soon too, because I keep on just throwing in the drawings and paintings into that filing unit. These magazine holders just give the kids an easy access to get any sort of colouring book or paper they want out of them. So I think it's a good idea, and they stand up instead of laying down as well. I can finally see the floor now. I couldn't believe how many bits and pieces and small toys there were. And this drawer set that I did buy from Kmart, it's been so easy, and it holds so many toys and bits and pieces, as you can see. I found that it was so easy to just pull the drawer out and then stack the toys in it, then put it back in. In the next coming weeks, I do have another Kmart haul coming out, and I did buy another one of these plastic container cupboards, but it's going to be a different type. I just think they're really good for kids' clothes as well, because the kids can just easily access their clothes for themselves. So here I've got a few toys that I have donated, and I've got a lot more that I probably want to keep and rotate. I was so glad to get this big white bucket out of the cupboard. It was taking up so much room in there. I found numerous bags of Lego, extra pieces here and there, and a few larger toys. So I'm going to get through that now and start sorting that out. After all that cleaning, I feel like I can breathe again now, but I look at that and I know it's not going to last long because the kids are going to have things pulled out here and there. But that's the whole idea. Things like this don't last long. We do have to keep on cleaning them and sorting them out. So I've got this box now and I'm going to store the built Lego in it, like the Harry Potter house and some cars and trucks that have been built. I've also got a box of Minecraft Lego there that the kids hardly use. And the more things they build, I'll just keep adding it to that box so it doesn't get damaged. So I've got my little label machine out now and I'm going to make a label now for that so I know when I put it out in the shed what it is. Here I'm just going through all the Play-Doh pieces and I'm going to add all the Play-Doh to the container as well. After that, I'm going to then go through all the crafts and add them to that divided container. So I'm definitely going to go back down the discount shop and buy another one of those containers. You can use it for anything. You could use it for makeup or for more kids' toys, but I think they're really good. But last time I was there, they only had a few left, so I'll see how I go with that. So now I've put it all into the cupboard there and it's starting to look a bit more cleaner. And I'm going to make a label up for the craft box and pop that on. So here I'm just going to now stack some more things into the cupboard. So now I've got the basket out of the cupboard and I've got these bags with the zippers on them that I store all the little bits and pieces like jigsaw puzzles and board games and things like that. And because they're see-through, you can see what toys and puzzles are in them. But I do have to put labels on the front because we do have so many of them. So I'm going to do that now. The basket that I've got there, I showed you in my Kmart haul. I think it's really good for these sort of things. I couldn't find anything else that would work. You will be able to see when I put the basket back in the cupboard that it is overflowing. So there's definitely enough of these toys in these zipper bags and I don't want to accumulate any more toys that I have to put in them. If anything, they could probably throw a few of them out if they're not playing with them in the next coming months. So now I'm just going to stack it all up and I'll put that in the cupboard as well. So this is a game the kids have had for years. It's a pig game and they really love it. They've always played with it, but I found it up in the backyard because my puppy Labrador has taken it up there to chew it up. So now I'm just going to disinfect him and clean him up and put him back in the cupboard so the kids can play with him again. I bought this for the kids a while back. I absolutely love this. This is something that they use all the time. I got it from Amazon. It's called Learning Resources. I can't really remember how much it was. I'll have to look that up if you're interested. But it's just really good, and it's handy for the kids to have all their stationery, pencils and everything out in front of them, and I just store it on their table, which I'll show you in a minute. It doesn't spin. It's not a turntable, but it stores everything on it, and it's easy to sort of clean. If you can see here, I'm using one of those magic blocks, those little white magic blocks you clean the wall with. I find these really good for textures and pencils and things like that. So here I'm just going to clean up all the textures and things that have leaked all over it and just give it a bit of a clean up. My youngest absolutely loves drawing, so it's really good to have all this sorted out. So I'll clean up all this. Then I'm going to sharpen all the pencils. I'm going to go through all the old pencils and textures, and I'm going to throw out the ones that don't work anymore. I have bought some new ones, which I'll show you, and I'm going to replace that with the old ones. That looks a lot more cleaner, a lot more organised. So I've added the new textures, crayons and pencils to it, and I've found so many sharpeners and things like that that I've just put in there. And I haven't filled it all up to the brim like I usually do. I've left a couple of free buckets in there just so the kids can just add things to it. And now I'm just going to get that magic block now and just clean this table. We bought this table about 6 years ago from Bunnings. It's like the children's version of an adult's barbecue table. It is an outdoor table, but I've brought it back into the house again so the kids can sit at it and draw and do their Play-Doh on it and things like that. It's really heavy duty. It is actually quite heavy as well, but it's solid and they're so good for the kids and it's so easy to clean. But now that I found that magic block, I found it a lot easier because sometimes my youngest just scribbles all over it with crayons and it comes off. So now I'm just going to put that stationery holder in the middle there so they can draw whenever they please. But these are tasks that I definitely have to do often because they don't last long. Same as the toy cupboard, that won't last long either. So it's just something that I have to keep on top of all the time. So here I've got these toy storage bags. I made these when my youngest was a baby and he was sleeping during the day. I really liked sewing back then, so I used to sew these bags up because it wasn't mainly for Lego back then, but it was just made mainly for smaller toys and to take them on trips and holidays. As you can see, you can just tip the toys in and pull the string and tie them up to secure it, and then you can just open them up again when the kids want to play with it, and they just play with it on top of the bag there. But now my kids love Lego. This is something I use all the time. So I store the bag in the Lego container. And it's just as easy to put the Lego back in the tub as it is to pour it out with these bags. I just use them all the time. They're great. I didn't actually have a pattern as such. If I think back, it was a bit of a blur back in those days when I wasn't getting much sleep. But I'm sure there's a lot of patterns online now for that sort of thing. But it's pretty easy. It's just two big pieces of material, circular pieces of material, and sewing them together and putting a thread or a tie through the middle of it all. So now I'm just going to go around and give it a quick vacuum, just pick up all the little bits of dust and dirt that I've tipped out from all those containers. I didn't use all the storage containers that I bought, but I have got plenty now that I don't need to buy any more storage containers. But this Kmart cupboard was really good and I'm happy with that. And don't forget that in the next coming weeks, I have got a new Kmart haul coming up and I'll show you some of the new things that I've bought for the house. But this is starting to feel so much better to me now. It's all cleaned and tidy and I know exactly where everything is. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video today and it's given you some inspiration. If you do like these sort of videos, please subscribe and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.